China's Premier Wen Jiabao has used his last annual press conference at the National People's Congress to call for greater political reform to avoid repeating tragedies such as the Cultural Revolution. He's also defended a slowdown in the Chinese economy as a deliberate decision to ensure sustained growth. China correspondent Stephen McDonald reports from the Great Hall of the People.
For the final time this year, delegates to the National People's Congress entered the Great Hall of the People. The centrepiece of the closing ceremony is always a series of votes guaranteed to pass. Then Premier Wen Jiabao walked out for his annual press conference, the last before he steps down in 12 months. He seemed a little emotional as he comes to the end of his time in office. He said he had many regrets, but hoped people would forgive him for his mistakes. He added that some would criticise him, some would praise him, but that he had the courage to face history. Yet Premier Wen also blamed the Chinese system for his administration's shortcomings.
Due to incompetent abilities and institutional, as well as other factors, my work still has a lot of room for improvement.
With only vetted questions allowed, this press conference is designed to send clear messages. He said China doesn't support the Syrian government, that economic growth is being slowed deliberately, and that he welcomes Chinese bloggers criticising him. There'll be a major power shift in Beijing later this year when a younger generation of leaders takes control. In the meantime, the factions are jostling for influence in the makeup of the new government. But you wouldn't necessarily know that by visiting here for the final press conference of Wen Jiabao as Premier. It's all smiles and solidarity and looking to the future. But Premier Wen, seen as a liberal in the party, did warn against slipping back into the disastrous policies of the 1970s. This seems like a clear slapdown to those pushing for a return to the old ways, in particular Chongqing party boss Bo Xilai and his disgraced Lieutenant Wang Lijun, currently caught up in a corruption scandal.
The current Chongqing Party Committee and government must seriously reflect on the Wang Lijun incident and learn their lessons from it.
Saying sorry, defending his legacy and kicking his political opponents when they're down. Going out the Wen Jiabao way. Stephen McDonald, Lateline.